What's up, everybody? Flows38 here. Let's fucking go. I'm gonna jump right into it. I feel refreshed after last time. Got a good taste of the outside world, reminding what we're doing all this for. The titular kingdom that is apparently emotionally distraught over the fact that I still have to keep doing this over and over. I'm being forced to, famously. I have no choice in the matter. You know, you could say that I actually had no choice, and I'm kind of a tragic figure if a version of me from somewhere else in the timeline just decided ahead of time that it would always be this way. And if you look at it that way, nothing I do morally I can be held accountable for. You just need to feel bad for me is the main thing. The fight scenes in the Attack on Titan finale were really cool. It was enjoyable to watch from just like a action movie kind of standpoint. That almost killed me, and then the other archer killed me. Or the rock. I think it was the rock. You can see it. You can see the fucking rock. Like, I could get into it if I really wanted to, but the main thing comes down to something I already said. Like, I remember I had the conversation of how I feel about the Ramsey scene, and at the time I was like, maybe the finale will have a different take on this, but from what I can tell right now, this is why I had qualms with that scene. And then the final episode was like, yeah, no, that scene, like, the message of that scene, that's exactly what we were going for. You're not meant to question that at all. That is the exact take on culpability and responsibility that we were going for. And predeterminism actually is the. It's, to be fair, the show doesn't really make the argument that Eren is morally in the right. But in terms of culpability, it definitely does take the route of, well, it was always going to be that way because he had already decided in the future that past him would be that way, and multiple people in the past would be the way they were. Sorry, I'm getting new Attack on Titan spoilers. In case you hadn't realized, I was going to be talking about it when I started talking about it 3 minutes ago. It's happening now, sorry. And I'm not super going to get into it, but yeah, the reasons I didn't like the Ramsey scene, or the reasons I didn't like the finale as well, of just either Eren is fully in control of everything he does, in which case he's a terrible person and I just don't enjoy watching him as a protagonist, or he never had any choice because it was all predetermined, in which case he's actually a quite boring, flat character. Because no choice he makes matters. It was always going to happen that way. And that is still, like, I guess you can kind of have fun thinking about how you interpret time loops, but that still is the case, even if Eren is himself the reason that he is the way he is. Like, you can't say, well, yeah, it was all predetermined, but also it was Eren's decision, because it's like, okay, but that decision, it's a stable time loop that is interesting from, like, a story perspective, kind of, but it's not interesting from an Eren as character perspective, because nothing matters. No choice he made matters. It was always going to be that way. So, I don't know. I said my piece with the Ramsey thing. Just know that I stand by that, having watched the finale. Also, that show really, at the last second, wants you to believe that multiple characters having romantic feelings is like the most important plot line of the entire show, and that's a show in which the romantic plot lines were the parts that I cared the least about, because I thought the show did not do a particularly good job of convincing me that these characters would, like, I know they all care about each other. I know they're all friends. Amir and Fritz, maybe not, but, you know, I wasn't super invested in the romance of the show, except for Krista and Amir, and I guess I learned my lesson there. Okay, now that I've watched the whole show, there have been points where I'm like, that might be dumb, but I'm not going to say it's dumb yet, because maybe I'll get an answer for it later on. Now that I've seen the entire show, what the fuck were they doing with Historia? Like, why did that happen the way it did? Because season 3 ends, and there's like a kind of a moment of, oh, we could use Historia as a weapon because she has royal blood. We could use that to activate all, like, to gain ultimate power over everything. And Aaron's like, no, I don't want to use her as a weapon. Instead, I'm going to force this queer-coded character to go have a bunch of biological children. I'm going to tell her to do that, and that's just going to be... that's essentially the last time we see her. Which is awesome. Really good treatment. And then the whole Liberio arc happens. And as a reminder, in case it's been a while since you watched it before, the final season that started 3 years ago, the only reason, if from my memory, it's been a while since I've seen it too, because again, 3 years ago. But from my memory, the only reason anybody had to go to Liberio was to get Zeke, because Zeke had royal blood. Don't worry about Zeke's plan when I'm talking about this, because remember, Aaron was never on board with Zeke's plan. That was all a lie, just to get Zeke on board. But Aaron was never planning on going with Zeke's plan. So the only reason anyone had to go to Liberio was just to get Zeke, so that they could because of the Titan blood, to get the royal blood, so they could activate a rumbling. Literally the only reason. And the implication is the only reason they didn't use Historia was because Aaron didn't want to. But then then it's implied that he doesn't want to use Historia because he's like, I don't want her to be used as a weapon. I don't want the government to try and imprison her and keep her as a prisoner who has no free will. And then Aaron proceeds to have a character arc in which he criticizes all of his friends for not having free will because they're daring to stand against him. And yeah, sure, he was like kind of lying about that, but also like he didn't need to do that because he just teams up with Zeke. Zeke doesn't have to be kept prisoner. I mean, eventually he does when he realizes the thing about the genocide. But like, I don't buy that. I don't buy that Aaron went through everything he did with Zeke just to make sure Krista didn't get used as a weapon, despite the fact that he's willing to put his friends through everything that he put them through. And a good amount, like, he didn't know everything. I don't think he knew Sasha was going to die. But a good amount of that stuff, he knew he was going to force them to do things that he didn't want them to do, and force them to be in life or death situations that they didn't really want to be in. And he was fully on board with that, but all of that just to make sure Historia does. They didn't even have to go. I'm not saying I wanted Historia to be used as a weapon, but if that was the main, everything. Aaron could have accomplished everything in his plan, if I'm understanding correctly. Could have understood everything in his plan. Could have accomplished all that if he had just been like, hey, Historia, let's touch base. Could have told her a bunch of lies, the same way he told all of the rest of his friends a ton of lies. Don't know why all of a sudden it's a stipulation that he can't lie to his story about what he really wants. Yeah, sure. Talk about Attack on Titan, I deserve to get killed. in the game. It's not. I'm not that upset. I just don't buy that the Aaron we see in season 4 is still like, I can't let anything ever happen to Historia ever. I don't buy that. The way the arc that his character takes seems to go completely against that, because he's fully willing to force his friends to almost die, and in some cases for sure die, just so that he can get what he wants, which he claims is for them to all, like, what? Why did he even get, if that really was his plan, why did he even get back up? I guess because we need to convince a mere ghost girl that you go against the people you love. So I guess Mikasa had to get the final kill. I guess her fighting all up until then was not enough to convince Ghost Girl, but the beheading was enough. Okay, the blade fell through the floor there. That's fun. Sorry, to show that she still loved Eren even after killing him, we had to get her making out with his head. We needed that. Much like Rosie Cotton in Lord of the Rings. That shot, that panel, absolutely essential. Anyways, none of it really mattered because peace was not achieved and Eren's plan was bad. And the best part of the finale was when Eren was like, if someone smarter had all these powers, maybe they could have done something else. I'm too stupid to figure out a better way to do what I want. Legitimately, that was an incredible payoff. Him just like admitting, yeah, the plan's not great. It's kind of messed up, and if I was smarter, I might have found a better way. Legitimately thought that was fantastic. Fuck you. Fuck you, you almost killed me there. The show's over. I don't have to talk about it anymore. I'm done. Said my piece. Oh, also, Connie was my favorite character, and boy, did Isayama not know what to do with him in the entire final sequence. He got a cool, like, in the season, he had well, it wasn't fun, but he had a thing to do. But for the whole final fight, he's literally just kind of there. And occasionally, if they needed a line of dialogue to be said by someone, and it didn't matter who, sometimes they let Connie say it. And he cut one tongue. There was a Titan with a tongue, and he cut the tongue. And that's it. That's literally his big contribution to the final fight, which was awesome. Every single other character had a more important, cool moment than that. But he gets to cut one tongue. Hey, where are all these knights' broadswords out, guys? Where are they at? Oh, there's one. I thought that was a soldier's, but alas. Okay, I've got 2 empty spaces. Will Azalthos have 1 Knight's Broadsword if I could find another one? I could also take the Knight's Halberd if I want to. I'm resigning myself to... Oh, never mind. We're good. Or no, I've been doing this. I forget to turn my heater off. Hang on. I don't want to sound really bitter. There were parts I liked about the finale. I really loved where most of the main cast ended up as kind of the peace ambassadors, and I like that it wasn't. I wasn't expecting like a absurdly happy ending. I actually really liked from what I understand, the initial ending before Isayama added on to it, I actually really, really liked the initial ending of, hey, things aren't great. There's still a lot of problems, and it's going to take a lot of work to improve things, and we don't even know for sure that we will be able to improve things, but we're going to work towards that. That's our goal. That's our plan. And having these characters whose entire lives have been dominated and torn apart by war, just like the place we leave them is, hey, we are going to put an effort to try and achieve peace in our time. That was bad phrasing, because that was in a show that uses a lot of World War II imagery. That was not a very good phrase to default back to, but you know what I mean. Working towards peace, and moving on from war. I don't think there was anything I could have done there. And this is not my phrase. I saw someone else with this take, using this phrase, and I really liked it. A tempered optimism. I liked that being the initial ending. That was fantastic. Great way to wrap up that character. All of those characters, like, that's pretty much like all of the main character survivors are in literally the same boat at the end. Almost. And yeah, I like that they were, I really liked that. I thought that was great. That was a really good way to end all of their characters. Shit. I like Zeke's final moments. That was really well done. I loved his final line. And I love that, like, on the verge of death, Levi just saw Zeke in his eye line and was like, gotta go all out just this once. And got to get the killing. It's actually particularly funny to me of, like, Zeke fucked a lot of people over. Zeke should be a lot of people's arch enemy. And the show is just like, no, not many people like Zeke. I'm not saying that the show treats it as like, oh yeah, Zeke is beloved by most of the characters, and it's only Leo that has a problem with him. But it is legitimately funny to me that like, everyone should have major beef with Zeke, and the only person who, like, truly it's a fundamental part of their character that they don't like Zeke is Levi. The show, it just goes like, yeah, Levi now sees Zeke as his complete nemesis, and every single, pretty much for the second half of season 4, Levi is just like consumed with the thought of, I better get to fucking kill Zeke. That's my one requirement in all of this. Because if Aaron succeeds, it will be fine as long as I get to kill Zeke. That's practically where Levi is at. And I do legitimately love that. And I'm glad that he got to get the kill. He deserved it. I like that Flock stayed dead the second time. I was legitimately really worried that he would come back one last time to fuck everyone over a little bit more. But no, he was dead. Anyankapon lived. I was shocked about that, but I'm happy about it. Was he in the piece? Was he part of the crew? I don't remember what happened with him. I didn't love Yelena, so I was also happy that she, like, does almost nothing in the finale. Is she with Anyankapon? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they both... I forget who it is. She's unpacking boxes with someone, and I forget who it was. That's literally all we see of her. Wait, no, we see her at the very start of the episode because her ship got sunk the fuck up. Yeah. Yeah. Attack on Titan is an impressive show with impressive plotting and planning and interesting character developments. it's not my favorite. It's not for me, and I don't think it ever was. And it's over now. I think that is now all I wanted to say. At least in terms of me trying to come up with things to talk about in this playthrough. I think this is actually it. This is the one. I'm not... Unlike Isayama, who's adding more Attack on Titan pages this January of 2024, he's still adding on to it. I am only going to say, that's it. Oh, wait, I have a little bit more. Two or three? Maybe in terms of how many times I've said that, it's going to be the same. But I'm actually done talking about it now. I'm going to think of something else to talk about, so I don't keep doing it. I'll give it this. It gave me a lot to talk about. Now I don't know what to talk about. God, there's a lot of games I want to get to, and I don't know how many of them I'm going to Let's Play. But I just got... I don't want to spoil them I might be playing. This one's a 50-50, and even if I am going to play it, it's probably not going to be for a little while, so I'll go ahead and spoil it. I at least own the game. As part of a Halloween sale, I got Spiritfarer, which I remember seeing the trailers for when it first came out, and I was like, ooh, that looks like it might be really good and really calming, and also maybe heartbreaking because of the subject matter. We'll see. I'd like to play it one day. And now I have it, and I will get to play it one day. It just depends on how long this game takes. It's not going to be the next game I Let's Play, but I think I would... maybe I'll see if I can find anyone else who has played it and see what they think of if it's good Let's Play fodder. Because that's a really good thing to do, is when you see a game and you don't know a ton about it, check in with someone and be like, hey, is this the kind of game where it would be fun to have someone talking over it, or is this more a game of everyone should just play it on their own and it's meant to be just enjoyed that way? Because, like, I'm happy I did Gree. I had a lot of fun with Gree, and I don't think the fact that I Let's Played it was, like, detrimental. But I don't think Gree is really meant to be a Let's Play game. You know what I mean? Also, The Witness is the best example of that, but I've already talked about that. I'm glad so many people enjoyed that playthrough, but The Witness should not be Let's Played. It is not that kind of game. So yeah, I don't know where Spiritfarer lies in that, but I've heard it's a fantastic game, so I'm glad I have it, and I have access to it, and I will be able to play it. What else have I been doing? Fuck me, man. I was about to talk about how I'm still unemployed, and then that happened to me, and now there's no way for the next couple minutes to be happy. Been watching Dimension 20. That's very, very good. Got recommended a thing that's basically more Dimension 20 because it's, what is it? It's Brennan, Lou, Erica, and Abria? Is it Abria? I actually can't remember. I haven't listened to any episodes yet. I think it's those four, and if I'm getting that wrong, I apologize. But it's what? It has a cool sounding name, but also a name that's like, I can't remember exactly what it is because it could be one of like three things. It's along the lines of like endless worlds or endless number of worlds. It's something like that. It's the title is some reference to there being lots of different worlds because it's going to be lots of different mini campaigns with those four. And yeah, I listened to their little 10-minute intro episode of what the vibe is going to be, and yeah, I'm gonna try to get into that. It's tough being in the being a Critical Role fan and a Dimension 20 fan. Did I not kill you yet? Fuck you. Being a Critical Role fan and a Dimension 20 fan, and then learning about more actual play series that you want to watch. I'm caught up in Critical Role. I've got that down. Shit. I've got that on lock. And then I'm like, fuck you. Like, I think getting close to halfway through all of Dimension 20. I'm watching in chronological order, and I just finished Unsleeping City Season 2. So I don't think I'm at halfway just because they pump so many series out so quickly. But I think I'm catching up quicker than I expected to when I started. And then the Infinite Worlds thing, whatever it's called, is, as of this date, only 16 or 17 episodes in. So I actually should be able to get caught up on that pretty quickly if I take a brief break from Dimension 20 so that I can watch basically Dimension 20. But at least have another thing that I'm fully caught up on instead of falling behind. I guess I'm technically falling behind on Dimension 20 by listening to this instead, but the plan is to get caught up on that so that I can say I'm fully caught up on that while I'm catching up on Dimension 20. Ooh. Yeah, thank you. And speaking of all that, I consider this under the Critical Role banner. But Candela Obscura, the Chapter 2, Arc 2, whatever it is, where it's Spencer DMing, and then it's Brennan, Marisha, Travis, Zara, and Louise. And I think that's it. Fucking phenomenal. Like, I wouldn't say it beats Calamity. That's quite a difficult thing to top. But there's specific moments in it that are like, oh, that's bordering on Calamity levels of good. Which is fitting considering the majority of the cast is a Calamity reunion. But Zara is a fantastic player as well. And holy shit, Spencer did not come to play. He's a fantastic DM, and I would love to see him take more stuff. It's always... It was one of those things where, you know, every time there's a guest DM on something or a new DM you've never seen before, you're like, but is he going to be as good as the people that I know I like? Yeah, Spencer is all... After 3 sessions, Spencer's up there with one of my favorite DMs. He is one of my favorites already. The way he introduces the party is... my favorite way I've seen a party introduced in anything, in any actual play game. And I'm going to steal that at some point for my own campaign, because it's cool. I really feel like Spencer heard he'd be DMing for Brennan and was like, oh, okay, so I get to really bring it, huh? Because Brennan's going to want to rise to meet me. And then the rest of the cast was like, no, we are also going to rise to meet you. It's Marisha does a fantastic job as well, but actually, and Travis, like they both do great. It's not like they hold down Candela Obscura at all. They're fantastic. But it really says something when Travis and Marisha, 2 of my favorite D&D players of all time, are like the on the lower end of cool shit happening in a D&D arc or a TTRPG arc, because Brennan, Louise, and Zara are all just really going all out and doing a fantastic job with it, and I love that. It's great. To anyone who tried out the first arc of Candela Obscura and they were like, it's okay, I don't love it. I was the same way, and I was like, I will give the second chapter a shot. If I don't like the second chapter, maybe I'll call it quits and I won't keep following. And then oh shit, I thought I could hit him in time. And now I'm sold. Now I'm going to watch any any and every Candela Obscura thing that happens, because there's always a chance it might be as good as Arc 2 was. And Abri is doing the next one, so that's also going to be super exciting and fun. Yeah, it's going to be good. Hey, I still hate the Bokoblin wave of the army. I don't know if anyone else has picked up on that or would be able to assume that from how I've been acting, but I still fucking hate this. It's bad. It's not fun for me. Fuck you. Really thought I had enough distance on him. I don't even know why I'm thinking of things to commentate. I usually skip over the Bokoblins, but I don't know. I'm in a talkative mood today, I guess. Except now I've run out of things to talk about, so I'm going to stop talking, and I'll see you when I get to Colgera. Which could be in 3 hours at this rate. Sure, man. Oh, we're so goated right now. Alright, let's get into it. I'm not scared of you anymore. Hell yeah, why not? Oh shit, I think that does hurt me if I touch the orb. That actually could have gone real bad. Oh shit, I already missed one, but that's fine. Will it let me? No, okay. Maybe on the way back down. Yeah, why not? Why not? No harm. Very scary. Even with the life hack I learned, this is still a very cool boss fight. I'm still enjoying this quite a bit. Does it help that it's easy and I'm not dying a ton to it? Yes, but it doesn't change the fact that I still think it's cool. Thought I could get real spicy with it by hitting it on its way in, but God bless. Okay. Now I have to deal with you. Where are they? They're there. I know the timing now. The timing is kind of messed up by the, I really don't know if it's doing a difference. It really might not be. That might be a waste of time. Actually, I'm going to stop doing that. I think in the long run it's actually just faster to load the arrows into it, even if it does give me a slight damage bonus. It's the time it takes to load something into the arrow makes it not even worth it. Which is kind of wild. I was hoping I could double up. Put you right in your stun right at the beginning. Oh well. I would like that arrow, please. Thank you. First time I fought this guy and I didn't want to use any arrows on him and it was just the rocks. God bless. I was so naive. Word. Feels like I should have had the opportunity to get him there, but okay. I know the timing wasn't great, but I thought it'd be better than that. Yeah, I think damage is honestly about the same. I really don't think those horns do much of a difference. Because the bow is breaking right around the same time. If I was doing more damage, it would be taking less shots. Like, that's a good way to count shots, right? Omae wo shinderu. I don't think I said that right, but that's fine. It was cool, right? You guys thought it was cool when I said the thing? Alright, long drink of water, as always. Okay. No, keep that equipped, but start shooting some stuff at him. All right, I'm getting real good at leading my shots for that as well. Happy with that. So long to get to him though. I don't know if I'll quite. Yes, okay. Cutting it close. He's about to jump away again, but we got him. Okay. That was wasting the air. Come on, Link. Whew. Okay. Feeling good, feeling good. right, what do we want to drop? What's good? Oh, we have another of these. Because I want to put this on the swords and save the boss bokoblin horn for the spear. And I forgot to do that this time, but odds are it probably won't matter. And if it does matter, I'll pay more attention next time. That's my bad. Drop, switch. Okay, it's already there. Go to fuse, and it's a very complicated process. Wait for some twisters, and go in for the kill. And go in for the kill, Link. And go in for the kill. Go in for the kill, Link. There we go. Gotta go in for the kill, Link. Okay, now it gets exciting. Now it gets fun. Remember, she's invincible for just a little bit after she recovers. So just stop messing with her, just get out of her fucking way. Everything will be fine. Let's switch to our correct bow for this. Where are my bombs at? Wonderful. That hit, I think the tornadoes block arrows, but I don't know if that one hit or not. Gibdos are closer than I wanted to be. Now the bombs are closer than I wanted to be, so it's just play it safe. Get the fuck out of her way, because she's invincible for right now. Still invincible? Nope. Get fucked. Ooh, nice meat shields you got there. Not that it's gonna save you. Oh, and right as they attacked again, it always makes me nervous that they do still keep attacking, but as long as I count as invincible. Okay, now we're going to use the bathroom, since we didn't do that with Mucktorok, which is prime time to use the bathroom, but this is number 2. Not what I'm going to go do. It's only number 1, but this is number 2 opportunity to do it. Okay, so I think, I did not check the tapes like I should have, but I think a Flurry Rush does give us some knockback. So if I can just angle it well, I think it'll... I don't think he moves around that much until I do actual damage to him. So I'm going to rely on Flurry Rushes to see if that can give me the pushback I need. And I think he should probably be usually within 2 shoves of the ropes. That feels fair to me. Okay, he moves around a little bit, but that's fine. Let's see how much pushback we get here. That's some pushback. All right, yes, let's absolutely rely on Flurry Rushes instead of trying to rush in. I don't think that's smart. Okay, so you can't... On this particular enemy, you can't dodge too soon, or you'll just die anyways. Because even though it's a slam attack on the ground... You will get hit in the air by the slam, by the I didn't get hit by the arm, I got hit by the slam attack. The impact radius that it distributed across the ground still did damage to me while I was in the air. because I had just dodged. So I guess that's good to keep in mind.